Welcome inside the Romano Gymnasium at Tewksbury Memorial High School. Thank you for joining us tonight on Tewksbury TV. My name is Andrew Del Piano. We welcome you inside the Romano for the 2022 Girls Championship of the Tony Romano Christmas Basketball Tournament as the 5-0 Chelmsford Lions take on the 2-2 Tewksbury Redmen. Again, Andrew Del Piano with you inside the Romano Gymnasium. The Chelmsford Lions at the Tewksbury Redmen. Both these teams played an opponent on Monday night in which they were victorious. For the Lions, taking down the Wellesley Raiders by a final of 41-32 to advance to the championship tonight, and for the Tewksbury Redmen, a gritty 42-27 victory over the Lowell Red Raiders. It's a matchup we've seen many times in this Girls Championship of the Romano Tournament. The four teams of Wellesley, Lowell, and Chelmsford, Tewksbury entering, and now we're down to our final two here in the championship. Ash Harrington and Sam Ryan will tip things off, and the ball game is underway with the Redmen earning first possession. Redmen, under second-year head coach Joel McNults, currently sitting at a 2-2 record, but against a very tough Chelmsford Lion team. Nice give and go there. Sam Ryan and Kat McDonald, and Sam Ryan has the first two of the night. Ryan, who committed to St. Aslam for softball Division II school in the offseason, sticking with basketball here in the winter for her senior season. The Redmen off to a 2-0 lead 30 seconds in. Chelmsford will work the baseline. Mid-range jumper for Ash Harrington is off the mark, but the rebound isn't able to be corralled by Kat McDonald to stay with the Lions. As I mentioned, Chelmsford taking their perfect 5-0 record into the Romano tonight in a tournament they've dominated over the last couple of seasons. Offensive board goes to M.A. Nikova and a fresh 35 for the Lions. Chelmsford has been their paint presence this year that they've been so talented with, as the Harrington combination of Cecilia and Ash Harrington has been the big units for them, but able to get points the other way. As Kaylin Smith able to get the Lions on the board 2-2 a minute into the first quarter. Kat McDonald, the senior captain of this team, one of the members of the second team all-conference last year for an outstanding year she had 10 points, was the leading scorer in the win over Lowell. M.A. Nikova goes to work, tries to go off the glass, and ultimately fouled as he pumps her way inside the paint. This foul is going to go against Catanzano.
That's right, foul number 22, Victoria Catanzano, first personal, first team foul.
M.A. Nikova will get two at the charity stripe for the Lions. Nikova knocks down the first, and the Lions have their first lead of the night at 3-2. Short arms the second free throw, and the game remains 3-2 in favor of Chelmsford. McDonald quickly into the front court, going to work baseline to fellow senior captain Victoria Lavarnia. Sam Ryan right in the heart of things, able to draw a blocking foul as Caitlin Smith was caught moving. Sam Ryan nice and aggressive early on. She was another member of the second team all-conference last year for the Redmen. Just over a minute 30 into the first quarter, the Lions up 3-2 in the girls' championship of the 2022 edition of the Tony Romano Championship. Lavarnier from the wing, the southpaw, a little bit too strong. Chelmsford with the 3-2 advantage. Tough layup attempted by Nikova. Great defense in the middle there by the Redmen. One and done at the offensive end for the Lions. Catanzano quickly into the front court, throws it up. It's back iron. Redmen playing with a lot of tempo early on, trying to get the Lions sleeping. Jump stop made by Smith, but it's forced a turnover by Catanzano. Catanzano will slow things down. Backdoor feed, Kat McDonald on a great cut, but well contested at the rim by Nikova, but it was Isabella Mirasola who wasn't able to control the board, and the Redmen will stick with it. Fresh 35 for the Redmen off the missed rebound. The Redmen trying to improve on their tough performance against Lowell. As although it was a win, it was just 27% shooting from the field and 36% from behind the arc. 3 minutes into the first quarter. First three ball of the night taken by Chelmsford is too strong, taken by Cecilia Harrington, the leading scorer of the Lions. Ryan goes right into Harrington, able to draw the foul.
Chelmsford foul number 24, Celia Harrington, first personal, second team foul.
Coaching matchup tonight is veteran versus rookie. Mike Crowley in his 23rd season as head coach of the Lions. And as I mentioned before, Joel McNull just in his second year. Ryan gets one of two at the line, and it's a 3-3 tie 3 minutes into the first. Solo tightly guarded by McDonald, and she's ultimately called for the travel. McDonald did a good job of moving her feet from left to right on a good slide. And Chelmsford's a team that likes to score early and often, so the Redmen defense already nice and alive here, 3.5 in. Grishey able to get that pass off to Lovarnia under 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Donald, crossover, will kick it out. Catanzano on the wing. Board comes out of the hands of Mirasolo, but McDonald continues to pressure in the backcourt. Lions able to escape the full court press. Halfway through this first quarter, we're still deadlocked at 3. Lovarnia able to tie up Kaylin Smith, and it's a turnover. Both teams with some great defense in the opening 4 minutes, but you got to be able to put some points in the bucket from either side. McDonald on the feed from Lovarnia. Top of the key they go. Sam Ryan pulls the trigger. Air ball results in Chelmsford basketball. It's our first of 2 matchups tonight here on Tewksbury TV. Following this game at 6:30, we'll have the boys championship in the Romano tournaments as the Burlington Red Devils will take on the Tewksbury Redmen. Still a lot of work to be done here. Great inside pass, and it's easily finished off by Ash Harrington, who was able to spin off of Brooklyn Negrishi with ease. Breaks the scoreless streak of these teams over the last couple of minutes. 5-3 Chelmsford. Ryan trying to find her groove from behind the arc. Careless pass by the Lions, but what a block by Harrington. Catanzano able to get that back after the block. And Nakova gets the foul on the trip.
Chelmsford foul number 12, Amanda Nakova, first personal, 13 foul.
Lions with their 3rd team foul of the night. The Redmen at 1. 3 of 4 to go in this first quarter. Chelmsford 5, Tewksbury 3. Pitcher, the crossover and the kick. DeGrishi from the wing. And the Redmen have struggled from that spot in the first quarter. They've got the looks they wanted. Riley Kennedy, who just checked into the game for the Lions, trying to go underneath DeGrishi. Well defended. Catanzano getting a piece of that as Bridget Schrainer is trying to dribble around her. Chelmsford without a key piece tonight, and number 13, Charlotte Buckley, who was a 2022 MVC All-Star last season. 5 to shoot. Smith got a lot of cares with the basketball, trying to spin move. Great dish on the middle to Sam Ryan, who can't get rewarded though. 2 minutes and change left in this first. Combined 8 points between the two teams, 5-3 Chelmsford. Canzano on the penetration, throws it up too strong. Lions will set up their offense, getting a few off-ball screens. Mirasolo is open, hits back iron. A lot of shots from either team coming from behind the arc. Sam Ryan able to throw one up and luckily get a whistle. Just enough contact to draw in the whistle. Second of the night for the senior captain, Kalen Smith. Now, Redmond, they've been a team that has struggled from the free throw line through the first 4 games substantially. And Mike Crowley's going to use his first time out of the night. Minute 30 to go in this first quarter. A low-scoring affair through the first 6.5 minutes. 5-3 the score in the girls' championship of the Tony Romano Christmas Tournament. We'll return right back to the Romano. .90 to play in the first quarter of the 2022 Girls Championship of the Tony Romano Christmas Tournament. Sam Ryan will head back to the charity stripe. 1 free throw to go following Mike Rowley's timeout. Ryan settles herself down at the timeout, cuts the lead in half, 5-4, the Lion lead. Three ball from the far corner is too strong, taken by Cecilia Harrington. She'll go up again, hands up defense by Riley Viets. Did all she can to make the stop. Sam Ryan with a lion on her back. Redmond were looking for a call as that ball is batted around a few times. And ultimately a jump ball. At the 1 minute mark left in the first quarter, Chelmsford 5, Tewksbury 4. Both teams trying to break this open, but neither team can get any good looks. Here's one for Kennedy, unable to convert. Viets and Trainer tied up in the painted area. 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pick and roll between Viets and McDonald. Shot clock is dead with 25 seconds left in the first. In the post they go for Ash Harrington. Able to get her own miss. The kick out. Kennedy has to work it back with 10. Celia Harrington, shot is blocked. McDonald will control the board, and that'll take care of the first 8 minutes. Only a combined 9 points through 8 minutes of play here at the Romano. The Lions leading 5-4 in the championship game of the Tony Romano Christmas Tournament. We'll return right back after this short break. The Redmen are hanging tough with one of the best teams in the state, the Chelmsford Lions, who come into this one with a perfect 5-0 record, a team that has been on the tear in the last couple of seasons. 5-4 our score after 8 minutes of play at the Romano. Quickly to work, Chelmsford goes, and Ash Harrington gets the bucket. Redmen trailing by 3. Emily Pitcher, fresh off the bench, throws up a layup. She was the second leading scorer in the win against Lowell back on Monday night. She's been a nice spark plug off the bench in her sophomore season. But Chelmsford's a team that had to replace some stars from last year, Ellen Angewin and Mia Bouchane. Angewin now playing at the collegiate level in Carnegie Mellon University. A slick move to get in a defender by Nikova. Nice bounce pass for Alyssa Adams, and a perfect dish from McDonald. Slipped that ball right underneath the defender, made it nice and easy for the lefty Adams to go up. 7-6, Chelmsford leads a minute into the second. Sam Ryan able to get her hand in the passing lane, and she's back the other way. The story of this game has been either team missing some easy layups in the post. Solo working one-on-one with McDonald. 12 to shoot. Lions looking for an option, not able to find one. And a foul goes against Adams. First personal of the night for her. Second team foul. Lions get a fresh shot clock off the foul. The 3 ball from Nikova splashes down. And it's the first tray of the night for either squad. It comes from the sophomore. Largest lead of the night for Chelmsford, 10-6, 2 minutes into the second. Beats on the up fake, now will drive into the traffic, unable to get a friendly bounce. Hole gets against Riley Veets. Winner of tonight going home with some hardware. Question was, will it stay with the Chelmsford Lions for another year, or the Redmen snatch it back? Harrington in the low block, the kick out. Smith, nice three-pointer. Beautiful ball movement by the Lions on that possession. Work it around the perimeter, move it to the inside, and then kick it out as Smith is wide open on the wing. And this Chelmsford lead has inflated to 7 with 5:28 to play in the second quarter. We'll return to the Romano right after this. Back-to-back threes for the Lions have opened this to a 7-point lead for Chelmsford. 4:25 remaining in the second quarter. The Redmen need a spark on offense. They can't let this game get away from them. Pitcher on the head fake. And the Redmen just cannot get anything to fall. 13-6, the Chelmsford lead. Galen Smith getting a 3 on the last possession. Rainbow pass over the top to Harrington. Fortunately, it will stay with the Lions. Veteran Mike Crowley has had a lot of experience and victories inside this building. Nikova. Chelmsford team that doesn't really rebuild every year. They just reload. A high flyer from Emily Pitcher from behind the arc. Short, the offensive board for McDonald. Nice pick by Ryan. Euro stop by McDonald. Harrington with 2 white jerseys draped all over her. Escapes. Celia Harrington goes up and is fouled in the process. Celia Harrington, the leading scorer last game against Wellesley with 14, averaging a team high 13.5 this season. As the Harrington sisters have combined for over 24 points a game this season. They've been the bread and butter that the Lions have worked with this year. But the absence of Charlotte Buckley, a big hole that this team needs to fill. Knocking down 1 of 2 is Harrington. 8-point Chelmsford lead. The Redmen are yet to score in the second quarter. Pitcher through the painted area has the first 2 in the quarter. She's been the player to go to off the bench for Joel McNult. Had a fine freshman year last year, got some playing time off the bench, and now her role being a little bit more increased as the 6th woman of this team. Redmen able to tie up Smith. Adams will get a breather, send back in Catanzano. 3:44 remaining in half number 1. Chelmsford 14, Tewksbury 8. The girls' championship here in the Tony Romano tournament. Chelmsford, some stifling defense in this first half. Beats from the corner. Last off the hands of McDonald. Saw Ash Harrington kind of slip there in the middle. The Redmen weren't able to take advantage in an errant pass by Nikova. It's a team that rarely makes a lot of mistakes turnover-wise. Redmen working with a little confusion at the top of the key. Graduating 5 key seniors last season, including 3 starters, as once again the ball is tied up. This one between Nikova and Catanzano. They lost a massive paint presence last season in Maddie Stovsand. Guard play of Katie Palomino, Rachel Pitcher, and Christina Wentworth. But still a young group that is learning to work with each other. Catanzano throws this ball away. Harrington for 3, back iron. Chelmsford the offensive board. In the post they go again. Viets gets the hook on the right arm of Harrington. McNult trying to argue his case, but he's not going to win it. And that's been the matchup they've needed to pay attention to tonight, was Harrington versus the collective centers of the Redmen. Whether that's DeGrishy or Viets or Sam Ryan, you got to be able to put a body on number 25. Redmen with some numbers into the front court. Nice dish over to Viets, but she's too strong on the layup. Viets throws this one up as she falls backwards. And the crime goes against Ash Harrington for the first time tonight. You saw that great work at defense turn into offense by the Redmen, but they gotta be able to convert on those odd man rushes. Beats knocks down the first, makes this a 5-point game with 2:28 to play in the first half. Emily Pitcher heads to the bench. Lead remains 5 for the Lions. were only trailed when the Redmen were up 2-0. Smith into the paint. Great defense by the Redmen on the interior. Catanzano tried to feed it off to McDonald, but right there to pick it off was Riley Kennedy. Under 2 minutes left in the first. Mirasola works the baseline. Nice dish off for Harrington for an easy 2. The senior captain did the work there to get her other senior captain open. 16-9, Chelmsford advantage. Lions, they do a perfect job of just switching off every screen. Each player is just very difficult to get around. Veach tripped up by Kennedy. Kuda Malzia into the game for the Redmen. Along with Alyssa Adams returns. Catanzano and Veach to the bench. One more Chelmsford foul put the Redmen in a bonus. The Redmen just have not been aggressive enough. Ryan tripped up in the foul against Celia Harrington, much to the chagrin of Mike Rowley. As now that puts the Redmen in a 1-on-1. So minute 12 remaining in this first half. The Redmen will shoot free throws from here on out on each Chelmsford foul. Just 9 points through 17 minutes played for the team in white. (16-10) our score. Ryan knocks down both at the free throw line. 16-11, the Lions up. Celia Harrington goes to the bench. Lions have done a nice job in this first half of breaking that full court press that the Redmen are trying to run at them. Under 60 seconds left in the half. Kennedy on the drive with the lefty layup with a nice move. Had to get around a few white jerseys, able to do so. Adams, fresh off the kick, an air ball for 3. About a half-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 25 seconds left in quarter number 2. Lions have tied their largest lead of 7. Mirasolo to extend it, not able. 15 seconds. Redmen will look to hold for the last shot. Ryan hard with the left drive, hits front rim. Lions unable to get it down the floor quick enough, and that'll do it for the opening 16 minutes. Our score in the girls' championship of the 2022 Tony Romano tournament. The Chelmsford Lions 18 and the Tewksbury Redmen 11. We'll put 10 minutes on the halftime clock as both teams will head to the locker room. The Lions up by 7. We'll be right back to the Romano after this. In the Tony Romano Christmas Classic Tournament. My name is Andrew Del Piano. Thank you for joining us tonight on Tewksbury TV. Our score after 16 minutes to play, the Chelmsford Lions 16 and the Tewksbury Redmen 11. The Redmen, the key for them in that first half, missing easy layups. They got to be able to convert when they get inside that painted area, but also you got to credit the great Chelmsford defense. It's a team that stifles on defense all throughout their first 5 wins of the season, but the Redmen, Joel Bignall, that strategy going into the locker room, you've got to be able to finish when you make those points available. But again, this is our first of 2 games tonight. 6:30 will tip off the boys championship between Burlington and Tewksbury right inside here of the Romano. But still, 16 minutes to play in the girls' championship. Are the Redmen able to flip the script and get a victory against a team they've struggled with over the last couple of seasons? Here's a good start is Sam Ryan, who struggled in that first half.
Chelmsford foul number 12, and then Nicola, second personal, first team foul.
Able to get into the painted area. Draw the foul for the first team foul of the second half committed by the Lions. Kat McDonald from the near corner. Redmond, they just got to be able to find a way to shoot better from the field. Again, just 27% and 36% from behind the arc in that win on Monday night to Lowell. Harrington, the offensive board over the Grieschy. And Ash Harrington, that's just one of the things she does best. Grab an offensive board and put it right back up. Definitely one of the reasons why she averages over 11 points per game this season. Sam Ryan still trying to get going, but she's got the cold hand right now. Minute gone into the third. Lions with their largest lead of 20-11. The last Redmond lead came in the opening 30 seconds, in which Sam Ryan had the opening bucket to give the Redmond a 2-0 lead. Over the top, Harrington's been a matchup nightmare, and there's been no one that can contain her. The Redmond are having their struggles on offense, but absolutely on the defensive end. You've got to be able to clamp down against number 25, and they just haven't done so. Lavarnia trying to get around Nikova. Lavarnia gets it back from behind the arc, too strong. Caitlin Smith over the timeline, and Chelmsford will reset. 11-point lead, their largest of the night. Harrington, they've been a combination that you cannot stop. Celia Harrington knocks down the tray, a 14-point Lion lead. As Chelmsford comes out of the gates nice and hot. Sam Ryan, offensive foul. This one isn't going the Redmond way. Harrington stood inside the paint and took the hit. San A's softball commit with the offensive foul. Coach McNault takes a timeout. Largest lead for Chelmsford. It's at 14, 25-11, with 2 minutes played in the third quarter. I'm going to stick with you here through the timeout. Andrew Del Piano with you on Tewksbury TV. Some clear frustration on the Redmond sideline from Coach Joel McNault. Credit to the Lions. Nice and hot out of the gates as the Harringtons have exploded for 8 points in this third quarter. They've been a go-to tandem for the Lions all season long. And every team's take back after each time they play the Lions is, how could we have stopped the Harringtons? And each team so far they've seen don't have an answer. Again, 5:52 to go in this third quarter. Still a lot of basketball to be played, but the Redmen got to be able to flip the script right now. Chelmsford basketball following the offensive foul against Sam Ryan. Chelmsford will go over the top to break the press. Lavarnia with a hard foul from behind. Hustling back to stop Caitlin Smith. She really had to earn that foul. Caitlin Smith to the line. Saw in the background there, the Burlington Red Devils entering inside the Romano, set to go in the boys championship. Taking on Tewksbury starting at 6:30. Should be a great matchup. A nice conference crossover. As Phil Connors returns to the Romano, a former coach of the Redmen. But the business at hand is in the girls division. Chelmsford 27, Tewksbury 11. First Redmond points of that second quarter didn't come until very late. In 2.5 minutes in, the Redmonds still looking for their first of the third.
Chelmsford foul number 24, Celia Harrington, third personal, second team foul.
Who's going to be the spark that puts the Redmond back into this game? Gatanzano at the top, closely guarded by Celia Harrington. Gatanzano trapped in the middle, and it's stolen away by Mirasolo. Last thing you want to do in a close game like this is commit the turnovers. McDonald with some stifling defense against Mirasolo. Smith on the drive. Nice layup over Pitcher. 18-point Chelmsford lead. Pitcher, the free throw line jumper. Front iron. Rebound pulled down between two jerseys done by Bridget Schrainer. Harringtons will replace each other. Ash in for Celia Leah. The Lions up 29-11 over the Redmen. Trying to keep the Tony Romano Christmas Tournament title in their hands. Here's Solo, the three splashes it home. And the Lions are on fire in this third quarter. (32-11). Pitcher trying to get the first three of the game for the Redmen. Still unable to draw. Gatanzano nearly got the steal. Harrington left alone. Will go to the line, getting two. Beats picks up her third. Ash Harrington off on the first. Swishes home the second. And now the Lions have tripled up the Redmen, 33-11, with 3:40 left in the third. Dakota Malzia. Count the basket and one. A little bit of a late whistle coming in there from the official on the baseline. Mike Crowley not happy with the call, as he believed that defender was well set and positioned under the basket. Dakota Malzia with a crucial three-point play. Hopefully that's the momentum the Redmen can get to roll it forward, but it's got to start at the defensive end. Redmond staying really tight on a man-to-man defense now. McDonald able to get over defender, but it doesn't matter as Kaylin Smith in the corner. 22-point Chelmsford lead with 3:09 to go. The Lions are just breaking this ball game open. In a game that was really low scoring to begin the night, and the Lions, three after three, bucket after bucket, They have just exploded now for a 22-point lead over the Tewksbury Redmen. If you're just joining us on Tewksbury TV, Andrew Del Piano with you here for the 2022 Girls Championship of the Tony Romano Christmas Tournament. As I mentioned before, coming up next, we'll have the Burlington Red Devils taking on the Tewksbury Redmen in the boys division coming at 6:30. But a lot for Joel McNall in the huddle to talk about at the moment with his team trailing by 22. So a Lion team that they just have struggled to get a pass and over the hump in the last couple of seasons. Lions perfect 5-0 this season, while the Redmen are at 2-2. Doesn't look like the Lions' perfect record will be going anywhere following tonight. A big three-point play on the last possession by Malzia. Here she is getting the offensive board, throws it up, and she'll head right back to the charity stripe. She's been a nice presence off the bench so far.
Chelmsford foul number 23, Felix by the third personal, fourth team foul.
Malzia, no good on the first. Malzia isn't able to take care of business at the line. 36-14 the score. Solo. Some good ball movement, able to find Trainer. No good on the mid-range. McDonald with a full head of steam. Adams, quick trigger. Just 14 points for the Redmen through 22 minutes of play. Left in the shot clock. Mirasolo with an open lane. Mirasolo known for working more with the right hand. McDonald gave her the left and she just said, I'll take that. Another 2 minutes to go in the third. Offensive foul against Sam Ryan. It has just not been her night.
14, Sam Ryan, second personal, fourth team foul.
Fresh faces into the game for the Redmen. Rebecca Harris and Skylar Off. Flex off the top of the head of Harris will stay with the Lions. Redmen nearly get a steal off the inbound. Solo turns the corner. In the block they go. Smith through the contact. Pitcher unable to keep it in. Under 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Chelmsford 38, Tewksbury 14. Smith, pass deflected off the foot of pitcher. Now she'll head to the floor. And a timeout called before the foul. It will be granted to Mike Rowley. Timeout taken by the Lions. 1:18 left in the third quarter. 38-14 our score in favor of Chelmsford. Right back to the Romano after this. Welcome you back inside the Romano Gymnasium at Tewksbury Memorial High School. Andrew Del Piano with you on Tewksbury TV. This one, as simple as it is starting to become a blowout in favor of the Lions. 38-14 our score with a minute 18 left in the third quarter. The Lions have just thrown too many punches tonight that the Redmen have not been able to counter. Pitcher still hustling on the defensive end, able to tie up a Lion. Get the possession back in the hands of the white jerseys. Skylar off from behind the arc. Knocks down the three. And that feels like the first in a long time for the Redmen. As the junior, Skylar off the bench. Able to ignite some spark into the Redmen sideline. Still a long hill left to climb. Here Solo will kick it out and kill some more clock. Harrington contained at the last moment by Off. 8 to shoot for the Lions. Off gets her left hand in and picks it off. Bounce pass is too low for Harris. And the Redmen give it right back following the miscue by Chelmsford. Gattanzano in, Harris out. 28.3 seconds to play in the third. Shot clock is dead. Mirasolo in the corner punishes the Redmen for some lackadaisical defense. She cashes in the triple. Pitcher will throw it up as the horn expires, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. The Lions, what a third quarter it was to put them up 41-17 here in the championship. Going to the final 8 minutes as they'll look to wrap things up and take home some hardware back to the Lions' den. 8 minutes to play. Chelmsford up 41-17. The Chelmsford Lions are just 8 minutes away from closing out the girls' tournament here in the 2022 Tony Romano Christmas Tournament. They lead the Tewksbury Redmen 41-17. Trying to improve to a perfect 6-0 on the season and run through the rest of the MVC. As they can continue to prove tonight that the MVC does in fact run through the Lions' den. They'll have first possession to start this fourth quarter with a comfortable 24-point lead. Emily Pitcher, she's done it at both ends tonight, able to get a couple of steals on defense. Starting to wonder if she might get more of a starting role in these next couple of games. She's really been a difference maker off the bench through the first 4 for Coach McNoll. For the rest of the Redmen, they've been shut down tonight. Sam Ryan in the corner, knocks down a 3. Much needed for her. It'll break the 20-point threshold for the Redmen. Last out on the Redmen. The lead for Chelmsford, a minute in the fourth. Aaron pass picked off by Sam Ryan. Working one-on-one the other way, she's hit. And the foul against Cecilia Harrington.
Chelmsford foul number 24, Cecilia Harrington, fourth personal, fifth team foul.
Fourth of the night to the Harrington wearing number 24. The Redmen struggling again from the free throw line. It's been the story of the night from the field, from the three-point line. Ryan short arms the second, unable to get some points. Harrington straight away, in and out. Ryan off the dish from McDonald. Pulled away. Katie Higgins on the rebound. Nice screen set by Mirasol to free up her teammate. Harrington, the jump fake, and then knocks down the mid-range. She's been tough to contain tonight. The senior captain doing what she's had to done tonight to lead her team to a victory. Sam Ryan with a heavy contest. Redmond earned an extra 35. Screen from Ryan frees up McDonald, try to go off the bank, but not open on Wednesday night. .420 to play in the final frame. Harrington, the bread and butter. Incredible. A beautiful drop step, floated over Riley Viets. And the Harringtons continue to go on for the Lions. 5:15 left in the fourth. Smell some hardware here at the Romano, doing it on the own floor of the Redmen. Again, 5:15 to go in the ball game. Lions up by 25. 5:15 remains in the fourth quarter of play. Chelmsford 45, Tewksbury 20. The girls' championship of the 2022 Tony Romano Christmas basketball tournament. Andrew Dalapiano with you here on Tewksbury TV. After we wrap things up here, we'll get you ready for the boys' championship between Burlington and Tewksbury. Should be a good one between the Red Devils and the Red Men. Been all Chelmsford from the first quarter on. It was a close battle. We started 7-6 between these two teams, but a monster second and third quarter have broke this open for Chelmsford. All done so by the Harringtons of Ash and Celia. Working her way through with the Euro step there was Trainer. Nice crossover by McDonald, and then using the left to scoop it up and in. Able to see the McDonald that we're used to seeing. One of the reasons she was named the second team all-conference last year. Nothing has been working tonight for the Redmen. In the post they go. The kick out, Mirasolo. Redmond on the run. McDonald will put her shoulder down. It's the side of the backboard. Chelmsford basketball. Malizia back in, replacing Riley Viets, who's had a tough time with her matchup tonight of Ash Harrington, as has everyone else in the MVC. Lions working around. Their ball movement has been stupendous tonight. And just getting open look after open look, and Trainer. Harrington the offensive board though. solo with Alyssa Adams all over her. She hits the ground. The foul against Adams, who was looking for a travel.
Tewksbury foul number 25, Alyssa Adams, first personal, 15 foul.
3 minutes to play in the game. Chelmsford up by 23. Lions still working around their offense. Higgins off the mark. Mike Crowley will empty out his bench. Alzia fouled as Katie Higgins gave a hold on her arm. Dead ball situation. We'll get some fresh faces into the game for either side. Rebecca Boudreau and Mackenzie Hickey in for the Redmen. While Chelmsford will clean out the bench and send their starters to the bench for the rest of the night. What a performance it was for them once again. Just continuing to take control of games and put them away nice and early.
Chelmsford foul number 14, Kennedy's second personal, 17 foul.
Credit to Wellesley back on Monday night, able to hold tough with this team through 4 quarters. Wellesley was able to win the consolation game against Wool earlier today. Alyssa Adams at the free throw line. 45-23 our score. Next matchup for each of these teams, they will meet at Chelmsford High School in each of these teams' first matchups of 2023. January 3rd is when these teams will see each other again. And it's one of the things that Coach McNult said after the Methuen game. Our offense is struggling. We need to continue to build our confidence and practice through battling each other each day. And that's what he's going to focus on for the next couple of days as we go into the new calendar year in a couple of days. As he mentioned beforehand, no night in the MVC is easy, and certainly attests to that tonight as we hit the 2-minute mark left in this game. Becca Harris, hard on the left drive, right side of the rim. Three ball from Haverty, fresh off the bench. The freshman getting in on the action to the delight of the Chelmsford bench. Adams throws it up, gets the friendly roll. 90 seconds left, 48-26. Burlington and Tewksbury getting ready to face off in the boys' championship. Again, those teams will meet at 6:30. Riley Kennedy with an easy bucket around her defender with a simple crossover. Minute 5 to play. The Lions looking to wrap things up in the final 60 seconds with a victory. Alzia, the offensive board. Tying up Katie Higgins underneath. Chelmsford basketball.
Gun ball, Chelmsford ball.
Lions just moving it around, killing the rest of this clock. Sophia Ferreira, the senior, hits back iron on the 3. Alzia, too strong on the layup. Had Harris with her, decided to take it herself. There's 25 seconds left in this game, 50-26 the score. Boudreau knocks down the jumper inside the 3-point line. throw, able to get in on the scoring. Last out against Chelmsford. 12.5 to play. Redmond looking for one last shot here to finish off the game. Adams will let it go. Rebound pulled down by Haverty, and the buzzer will sound. This one is a final. Our final score tonight at the Romano, Chelmsford 50, Tewksbury 28. The Chelmsford Lions keep their title here in the Romano Christmas basketball tournaments. It's a tough result for the Redmen, who in that first quarter hung with the team that undefeated coming in this one, and they will stay undefeated and prove tonight that the Lions are just the better team and still one of the foes in the MVC. But stick around, 6:30 we'll tip off things between Burlington and Tewksbury in the boys division. But that's a wrap here in the girls division. The Chelmsford Lions are your 2022 Tony Romano Christmas basketball tournament champions. Again, we'll be right back at 6:30 for Burlington and Tewksbury in the boys division. Stay tuned. We got more basketball coming from the Romano.